Goldar is one of the main villains in the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers. He serves under Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, and became a very popular character with fans as he went from being a formidable warrior and opposition to the Rangers to eventually becoming more of a comedic relief character in the later seasons of the show. Either way, he is an iconic and memorable part of the Power Rangers franchise, and being one of the most regular characters, we thought it would make for an interesting video. I hope you enjoy. Before we begin, my friends, I would like to take a second to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Now, I hate doing this, but according to the YouTube analytics, over 77% of the viewers on this channel are not subscribed. So, if you all subbed, the channel would pass 100,000 subscribers, which would be mind-blowing. So, if you're enjoying the content and wouldn't mind hitting that big red button, it would mean a lot. Thank you very much. So, Goldar's origins in the show are fairly vague for the most part, at least at first. So we will touch on his origins that are given through the comic books, and whether you want to take that as the official beginnings of the character or not is up to you. I'll just relay the information. So Goldar and his older brother Silverback were part of an elite group of warriors that served Lord Zed. Silverback was considered Zed's greatest fighter, with Goldar a close second. One day, Zed's emissary arrived and told Goldar and Silverback that he wished to see them. By this point, the two brothers started to believe that Zed had become weak and began to question his decisions. But Goldar decided to maintain his respect towards his master, unlike his brother, who began growing impatient. After Silverback told Zed that he would rather work for Dark Spectre than join Rita Repulsa in her fight against Zordon, Zed mortally wounded Silverback with a huge red energy blast from his staff. He then had Goldar execute him for his treachery, beheading him with his own sword. After this painful act of having to kill his own brother, Goldar agreed to join the evil space aliens in their fight against Zordon. So that is the rather tragic and brutal origins that we are given through the Boom Studios comic books. I personally really like this storyline. It gives a lot of depth to Goldar as a character. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. Would you have liked to have seen these comic book origins brought to life in the show? Personally, I think Silverback would have made a great character. Anyway, back to the story from the show. So Goldar was selected to lead Rita's invasion of Earth. However, he was soon opposed by the Power Rangers, and although he could originally hold his own against the entire team, he was eventually beaten by their Megazord. Ever since then, Goldar is a recurring opponent of the Rangers and their Zords, developing a particular vendetta for Jason Lee Scott, the original Red Ranger, and Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger. In the first season of the show, Goldar is often on the receiving end of the blame for Rita's failures, being called a wide variety of names by her. When Lord Zed eventually arrived on Rita's moon palace to take over in the invasion of Earth, Goldar defected from Rita's side without any hesitation and joined Lord Zed. For his loyalty, Zed rewarded Goldar by returning him his wings. Now acting as Zed's right-hand man, Goldar led many missions against the Power Rangers, encountering Tommy in particular, now as the White Ranger, over and over again, of course coming out second best each time, having to return to Lord Zed in disgrace. Zed continued the trend that Rita had set, blaming Goldar for all of his own failures. Later in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Goldar is often teamed up with the brother of Rita Repulsa, Rito Revolto, and the pair act as a bit of a comedic duo, almost like the evil Bulk and Skull. Goldar eventually played a pivotal role in Lord Zed's powering of the Shogun Zords, as he defeated the ally of the Rangers, Ninjor, allowing Zed to capture and use him as a power source for the Zords. After destroying the ninja power coins in the episode Climb Every Fountain, Rita and Zed assigned Goldar and Rito to the mission of planting a bomb under and inside the command center. The bomb was defused by Alpha 5, but the two were given a map of the command center's basement that Zed had found, and they entered the center through an underground labyrinth of tunnels that the rule of the power coins did not apply to. In case you aren't aware, usually only those that hold power coins can enter the command center. The duo did succeed in stealing the Zeo crystal, though they didn't manage to escape with it. The bomb went off and the command center exploded, showing that Goldar was in fact more competent than he sometimes came across. Then, throughout Power Rangers Zeo, Goldar and Rito had somehow lost the crystal and their memories, and in Goldar's case, his wings. They ended up wandering around Angel Grove, but eventually came across Bulk and Skull. They ended up becoming kind of like their butlers in exchange for food and shelter. Zed and Rita did eventually find them and restored their memories, along with Goldar's wings, and they returned to their employers and helped them in their quest to destroy the new enemy, the evil Machine Empire. Goldar's final appearance was in Power Rangers in Space, in its finale Countdown to Destruction, appearing alongside Rita, Zed, Squat and Finster when he fired an energy blast strong enough to send Trey of Triforia flying through the air. His absence after Zordon's energy wave suggests that he had been turned to dust alongside the majority of other villains in the United Alliance of Evil, though this was something that wasn't really confirmed until Power Rangers Beast Morphers, where Jason Lee Scott suggests that Goldar was likely a victim of the wave. Speaking of Beast Morphers, Goldar technically did reappear in that season as well, but this time as a clone, a more powerful version of the original, named Goldar Maximus. Though he was pretty powerful, it wasn't long before the Rangers destroyed him for good. So that's it for his full story. Unlike many other henchmen, Goldar was one of the few that was capable of holding his own against the entire Power Ranger team. As time went by in the series, Goldar's character became less threatening and more comical, and over time, after he began losing to the Rangers more and more, he just came across as a far less dangerous villain. Interestingly, the Power Rangers wiki page states that there may have been plans for Goldar and Scorpina to share a love interest. Apparently in an unfinished episode, Goldar and Scorpina had planned to go on a date, which was ruined by Zed when he sent the two of them on a mission. I think that could have made for an interesting story. Would you guys like to see a video covering the full story of Scorpina? If that's of any interest to you, let me know in the comments down below. That's it from me today, my friends. Thank you all so much for your time watching the video. I hope you have a great day, may the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.